Welcome to Amelie P, your go-to channel for engaging and informative content. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our exciting videos. In today's video, we'll explore the causes behind the passing of some of the most iconic WWE wrestlers of all time. This is part 1 of the series.
Anyone who loves WWE has likely heard the name Andre the Giant at least once. He was a French professional wrestler, renowned for his massive physique, standing 2.24 meters tall and weighing 236 kilograms. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 46 due to congestive heart failure. Remembering this larger-than-life figure, both in stature and personality, evokes a deep sense of nostalgia. On June 10, 2015, Dusty Rhodes suffered a fall, after which he was hospitalized and, sadly, passed away due to complications from kidney failure at the age of 69. Coming from a modest background, he rose to fame as a professional wrestler and was celebrated as a legendary figure in the industry. WWE honored him with a tribute video on WWE Network. Big Boss Man held the WWF World Tag Team Championship once and the WWF Hardcore Championship 4 times. Unfortunately, he passed away at a relatively young age, at just 41. He suffered a sudden heart attack at his home and was unable to receive timely medical assistance, passing away on September 22, 2004. On November 13, 2005, Eddie Guerrero was found unconscious in the bathroom of his hotel room. By the time paramedics arrived, he had passed away due to acute heart failure caused by atherosclerosis. It was truly unfortunate, as he was only 38 years old at the time. He was an incredibly skilled professional wrestler. Once again, an acute heart attack has taken away the legendary Ultimate Warrior. He passed away at the age of 54. One afternoon, as he walked to his parking lot, he clutched his chest and collapsed. Just a week prior, his colleagues had noticed him looking fatigued, sweating profusely, and appearing frail throughout the week while backstage. Umaga, a professional wrestler and a true Samoan warrior, passed away due to a heart attack. He left this world at a young age, only 36. With his signature Samoan tattoos covering his stomach, arms, and back, along with his loud battle cries as he entered the ring, he never failed to ignite the crowd's passion whenever his name was mentioned. Yokozuna, with his massive physique weighing 253 kilograms, bore a resemblance to Japanese sumo wrestlers, but he was actually an American of Samoan descent. Unfortunately, in the year 2000, Yokozuna passed away in his sleep due to pulmonary edema. He was only 34 years old at the time. Mary Lillian Ellison, known by her ring name the Fabulous Moolah, had a career spanning 5 decades and held the World Championship 8 times. She passed away from a heart attack in her later years at the age of 84. On June 15, 2007, Sherri passed away at her mother's home. Following an investigation, the police concluded that she had accidentally overdosed, leading to fatal poisoning. She tragically left this world at the age of 49. Candido suffered fractures in both his tibia and fibula, along with an ankle dislocation. He was promptly hospitalized and underwent surgery. However, due to certain surgical complications, he developed a severe lung infection, which ultimately led to his passing at the age of 33. In 2009, Candido was inducted into the Hardcore Hall of Fame. Miss Elizabeth was a world-renowned and beautiful female wrestler. Unfortunately, she suffered accidental poisoning due to a combination of painkillers and vodka. Despite receiving prompt and dedicated first aid from medical staff upon arrival at the hospital, she tragically passed away at the age of 42. Cade passed away at a very young age, just 29 years old. On August 10, 2010, he was admitted to the hospital due to breathing difficulties but left against medical advice. A few days later, he passed away due to drug intoxication, which led to severe heart failure. Martin was found motionless on the balcony by his neighbors, where he had remained for a significant period. Authorities later confirmed his passing. Following an investigation, they concluded that his death was caused by severe brain trauma combined with a drug overdose. At 5:30 a.m. on April 4, 2018, Johnny Valiant was struck by a pickup truck. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition but later passed away at the age of 71. His death was suspected to be a deliberate accident. Professor Toru Tanaka was a professional wrestler, actor, and boxer. He appeared alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Running Man as Sub-Zero and starred in other films with Chuck Norris, David Bradley, and Charles Napier. He passed away from acute heart failure on August 22, 2000. Curt Hennig, known by his ring name Mr. Perfect, was one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. However, his immense success seemed to lead him down a path of substance abuse. He was found lifeless in a hotel room, with a medical examination later confirming acute cocaine intoxication as the cause of death. Jimmy Snuka, in the 1980s, was known by various names such as Jimmy Kiloha, Lonnie Kiloha, and the Great Snuka. His life was marked by both great success and controversy. He suffered from stomach cancer and later passed away on January 15, 2017, at the age of 73. Dino Bravo was a Canadian professional wrestler of Italian descent. He became one of Canada's top wrestling stars, winning several major championships. After retiring from professional wrestling, Bravo became involved in organized crime. He was murdered in his home by multiple gunshots in March 1993. Michael Charles Jones, known by his ring name Virgil, retired from wrestling and became a high school math teacher in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, in his later years, he battled colorectal cancer. On February 28, 2024, he passed away at the hospital due to complications from a stroke and dementia. Rick Rude was an American professional wrestler and a four-time world champion. He was found unconscious and later passed away due to heart failure at the age of 40. An investigation revealed that his death was caused by a drug overdose, with the presence of gamma-hydroxybutyrate GHB, a medication used to treat narcolepsy. Brian Pillman was both a professional wrestler and a well-known football player. On October 5, 1997, he was found deceased in his private room at the Bidgetel Motel by hotel staff. Following an investigation, it was concluded that he had passed away due to a heart attack caused by undiagnosed arteriosclerotic heart disease. Chyna was a professional wrestler, model, and adult film actress. Her life came to a permanent halt at the age of 46. Her body was discovered at her residence after several days of no contact. The autopsy report concluded that she had suffered a fatal overdose while undergoing treatment for anxiety and pain management. King Kong Bundy was known for his distinctive and humorous performance style. He was not only a professional wrestler but also a stand-up comedian. He passed away at the age of 63 due to complications from diabetes. John Tenta was a Canadian professional wrestler and also a professional sumo wrestler. In 2004, he was diagnosed with bladder cancer. Despite his efforts to undergo treatment and battle the devastating disease, He was unable to overcome it and passed away at the age of 42. Viscera was a monstrous wrestler, a towering figure standing 6 feet 9 inches tall and weighing 487 pounds. He dominated every arena he entered, with his presence igniting the crowd's excitement. Viscera passed away in his bathroom after suffering an acute heart attack. He was only 43 years old at the time. Owen Hart was a member of the legendary Hart wrestling family. He headlined numerous pay-per-view events for the WWF. During a stunt in which he was portraying a superhero character, a safety harness malfunction caused him to fall from a height of 78 feet. He was only 34 years old at the time. After everything, Benoit's passing was truly tragic. He took the lives of his wife and child before taking his own at the age of 40. Following an investigation, the police concluded that he had suffered severe brain trauma, leading to memory loss and loss of behavioral control, likely the primary cause of his devastating actions. He always entered the ring with a chain around his neck and was known by the nickname Junkyard Dog. His appearances consistently sold out arenas, fueled by the electrifying energy of the audience. He tragically passed away in a severe car accident after falling asleep at the wheel. Randy Savage was one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He always took the stage in flamboyant attire, accompanied by his signature charismatic smile. While driving, he suddenly suffered a heart attack and lost consciousness, causing his car to veer off course and crash into a tree. He later passed away on the way to the hospital at the age of 58. Crash Holly passed away at the age of 32. He was found lying in a pool of vomit on the floor. After an investigation, the police concluded that his death was due to a drug overdose. He was laid to rest in China Grove. David Smith held championship titles in the WWF across 3 decades. Unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 39 due to a heart attack. Multiple reports indicate that the cause was an enlarged heart, which may have resulted from prolonged use of steroids and muscle growth hormones, leading to excessive heart enlargement. Eddie Gilbert passed away at the young age of 33. He suffered a fatal heart attack at his residence. According to his father, Gilbert had sustained chest and myocardial injuries in a severe car accident. Following the accident, his continuous use of pain medication further deteriorated his heart condition. Adrian Adonis passed away on July 4, 1988, at the age of just 34. He tragically lost his life in a van accident while traveling with other wrestlers. The vehicle swerved to avoid a moose, lost control, and plunged off a bridge embankment. Adrian Adonis succumbed to his injuries shortly thereafter. Hercules Hernandez always made a striking appearance with a massive chain wrapped around his neck, extending down to the ground as he stepped onto the stage. He passed away in his sleep and never woke up again. According to his wife, the cause might have been a recurrence of his heart condition. Road Warrior Hawk's career spanned 20 years. After complaining of exhaustion and going to sleep, he passed away at 1 a.m. His wife believed that his passing was due to a sudden recurrence of a heart attack. Roddy Piper was not only an outstanding wrestler but also a captivating voice actor. On July 24, 2015, he experienced difficulty concentrating, frequently went off on tangents, and failed to respond directly to Ison's questions. A week later, Piper passed away in his sleep at the age of 61 at his summer retreat in Los Angeles. He was cremated, and his ashes were laid to rest at Crescent Grove Cemetery in Tigard. Gorilla Monsoon served as the on-screen president of the WWF from 1995 to 1997. He was also a former track and field athlete and football player. Due to heart failure caused by complications from diabetes, he passed away at his home at the age of 62. Bobby Heenan was known for his role as a heel, with his talent lying in generating negative reactions to ignite the crowd's excitement. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with throat cancer. Although his condition initially seemed to improve, complications arose after reconstructive jaw surgery, leading to persistent infections. He passed away at the age of 72 due to organ failure, a complication of prolonged medical treatments. Gordy began his wrestling career at just 13 years old and went on to capture numerous championship titles throughout his career. He was posthumously inducted into the Wrestling Observer, Professional Wrestling, and WWE Hall of Fame. He passed away at home due to a heart attack at the age of 40. Big Van Vader was a 450-pound giant who performed as a monstrous wrestler. He was a 12-time world champion and was recognized for executing some of the best wrestling moves in the industry. After undergoing knee surgery, he developed an infection that left him bedridden for 6 months. Later, he was diagnosed with congestive heart failure and chose to undergo heart surgery. Unfortunately, he developed a severe lung infection and passed away at the age of 63. Ray Stevens was renowned for his hard bumping style, a highly influential approach that many heel wrestlers sought to emulate. His performances consistently delivered high-quality matches, igniting the crowd's energy and excitement. He passed away in his sleep due to a heart attack after consuming strong liquor, beer, and medication before bedtime. Killer Kowalski's fans are likely quite elderly or may no longer be around. He was a legendary figure in professional wrestling during the 1940s and 1950s. He passed away due to a heart attack, with age also being a contributing factor. He lived to the age of 81. Johnny Grunge passed away on February 16, 2006, at his home in Peachtree City, Georgia, due to complications from sleep apnea, potentially caused by coronary artery obstruction related to obesity. He was 40 years old. Mike Awesome's greatest success came in FMW, where he competed as the Gladiator and became a 3-time world champion. On February 17, 2007, he was found dead in his home after taking his own life by hanging at the age of 42. Kanyon suffered from bipolar disorder and had expressed suicidal thoughts in the weeks leading up to his passing. He claimed that on September 14, 2003, he took 50 sleeping pills at once. On April 2, 2010, he was found dead at his childhood home at the age of 40. On July 27, 2001, Bertha Faye passed away by suicide at the age of 40. She was never married and had no children. It is believed that she may have struggled with long-term depression, which led to persistent negative thoughts. Mushroom passed away in his sleep at the age of 48. His former teammates speculated that his death was caused by heart and kidney failure. However, his family later revealed that he had died due to a blood clot that traveled from his lungs to his heart. Mike Shaw was an American professional wrestler who began his career in the 1980s. He was known for portraying a sloppy, gluttonous character, often competing in a dark gray tank top. Shaw passed away from a pulmonary embolism on September 11, 2010, at the age of 53. Matt Bourne was found dead on June 28, 2013, at the age of 55. Authorities initially launched a homicide investigation. However, the cause of death was later determined to be an overdose of morphine and hydrocodone. He also had a pre-existing heart condition, which was identified as a contributing factor in his passing. Bam Bam Bigelow, weighing nearly 400 pounds and distinguished by his signature flame tattoos covering most of his bald head, was celebrated as one of the most agile big men of the century. He passed away at the age of 45. Authorities determined that his death was caused by a drug overdose, including toxic levels of cocaine and benzodiazepines. Al Green performed across North America, Europe, and Japan under various personas. Ultimately, he wrestled as a singles competitor under the moniker The Dog. He passed away at the age of 57 after battling illness for many years. Anthony Durrani was best known by his ring name, Pitbull #2. In 2003, he and his girlfriend, Diana Hulsey, 29, tragically passed away from a fentanyl overdose. Their bodies were discovered in their home several days later, with visible injection marks. Durrani was only 36 years old at the time, leaving behind two young children, just 21 months and 8 months old, in a heartbreaking loss. Brian Knighton was found dead by police in the restroom of a McDonald's next to the hotel where he was staying in Linthicum, Maryland, on February 4, 2016. An autopsy report determined that the cause of his death was a heroin overdose. Alan Coage won medals for the United States in several international judo competitions before transitioning to professional wrestling. He passed away from a heart attack on the morning of March 6, 2007, at Rocky View General Hospital in Calgary, just minutes after being admitted due to chest pain. One day after his 44th birthday, Balls Money suddenly passed away at his home in Spring Lake Heights. He was resting comfortably on the sofa while watching TV when he suffered a heart attack and lost consciousness. He passed away before medical personnel could arrive. Big John Studd possessed an imposing physique and a formidable presence. Standing at 6 feet 10 inches tall and weighing nearly 400 pounds, he made anyone beside him appear small. He endured 2 years of grueling chemotherapy and painful surgeries in his battle against cancer. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 47. Blackjack Mulligan was a towering figure, standing 6 feet 9 inches tall and weighing over 300 pounds. Before rising to fame as a professional wrestler, he had a career in football. He was hospitalized due to prolonged heart-related issues and later passed away on April 7, 2016. He was laid to rest at Florida National Cemetery. Bobo Brazil was the first African-American professional wrestler to achieve widespread fame in the United States, breaking racial barriers in the sport. He passed away on January 20, 1998, after suffering a series of strokes. On July 7, 2018, Brian Christopher was incarcerated for driving under the influence and evading police. A few days later, he was found hanging in a cell at the Hardman County Jail, and was subsequently declared brain dead. He was 46 years old at the time.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to stay updated with our upcoming videos.